Hi, my name's Beth. I'm going to guide you through your Vinyasa Flow today. And we're going to focus on our hips as we flow through a rhythmic flow, flowing through our body, moving energy. And as we flow through this practice, just be sure to listen to your body, take breaks if you need it, intensify a pose if you need it as well. So just making this practice your own and allowing it to be whatever it is. All right, let's get started. So we'll start in child's pose. Coming onto your mat, knees are going to be wider than your hips, or maybe even as wide as your mat. Toes will touch, arms reach forward, and then forehead to the mat. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat, you're welcome to use a block underneath your forehead or a pillow, a rolled up blanket. All options are great. And just settling in here, making any movements needed to find the most comfortable position in this moment. Notice where your forehead is pushing into the mat, and notice where your nose is pushing into the mat, if it is. If so, just roll towards the top of your forehead so your nose is able to be open and free. And then from here, rock your head side to side, feeling the mat going along the top of your forehead, releasing any tension into your neck. Noticing your breath. And for now, notice how your back body expands on your inhale. You're welcome to move your head as much as you'd like, or find stillness if that's calling you right now. Deepening your inhales and drawing out your exhales. Just 2 more breaths here, noticing how your lungs expand through your back body. Your shoulder blades move away from one another on your inhale. When you exhale, it all comes back towards center. 1 more breath here. Slow, controlled exhale. Reach your arms forward if they're not already there. Remove a block if it's underneath your forehead. Push into your hands, lift yourself up to tabletop. Bring your knees underneath your hips, setting up for tabletop position, cat-cow. Next, inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, tailbone points up as maybe your gaze looks forward. And then exhale, push into your hands, round your spine, look at your navel, spread your shoulder blades away from one another as you push the tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, drop belly, lift gaze, broaden across your collarbones. Maybe you look up a little higher, or maybe a slight tuck of your chin feels better today. Exhale, round your spine, look at your navel. And exhale, drop belly, lift gaze. Move here, 5 more breaths, whatever feels good, whatever your body needs. You may want to rotate through your torso in any way that feels comfortable and organic. You can always tuck your toes under, stretch the bottoms of your feet. Move your head and neck in any way. There's no right or wrong way to move through this position, through these movements. It's just listening to your body and following the flow of your breath. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then tucking your toes under, finding stillness here, lifting your hips up and away on your exhale, downward facing dog. Again, finding movements, maybe bending into one knee and then the other. You may notice that you just need to have your knees bent just a little bit more today, or maybe you can straighten them a little bit more. It doesn't matter, just noticing what's arising in your practice today. Always checking in with your foundation, spreading your fingertips wide. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then heels rotate out away from one another so you do not see them behind your feet. Find stillness here. Deep breath in. Open mouth, breath out. Inhale, glide forward into plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Bending your elbows, pointing elbows back behind you. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Push the tops of your feet into the mat to help your chest lift a little higher, and then maybe you lift your hands off the mat. That is completely optional. But maybe check in, maybe just your fingertips touch down onto the mat. Now pull your chest forward as shoulder blades come down your back. Lift your chin a little higher. One more breath. And then exhale, release down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Maybe you pause here and stay. Maybe you lift up, full cobra. Elbows stay bent, hugged in by your sides. Maybe you feel ready for an up dog, straightening your arms, lifting your thighs off the mat. There's no option that's better than the other, just listening to what's best for you. One more breath. Inhale, broaden across your collarbones. And exhale, lower down to the mat. Make your way to make your way to child's pose. Even better. So knees come a little bit wider, toes touch, just sit back. Couple breaths here, and then we're gonna make some movements through plank, downward dog, and child's pose. So we just wanna feel child's pose one more time. Deep breath in, feel your lungs expand out towards the right and the left. And exhale. Release here. All right, let's warm up into our core and our arms. Reach forward. Find yourself into plank position. Inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, slide forward into plank. Keeping hands right where they are. Exhale, child's pose. Put knees down, but your hips won't reach all the way back because we don't want to move our hands. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll continue that movement about 2 more rounds. Inhale, plank, follow your breath. Exhale, child's pose, knees down, hips go back, not all the way, but as much as you can. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more round, just like that. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, halfway into child's here. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find stillness. Push into your hands. Lift your hips up and away from your hands. So lifting up towards the top back corner of your room. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, baby steps to the front of the mat. Baby steps, just walking on up. Next, inhale, hands onto your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. 2 more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto your shins. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another so you feel broadness across your chest. Exhale, fold in. 1 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Internally rotate your thighs, feeling your sit bones move away from one another. Exhale, fold in. Root down into your feet, slight bend into your knees, rise up to standing, arms sweep wide and high. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samastitihi, feeling equal weight in either feet on both sides. Lift your chest, shoulder blades down your back, bring your navel to your spine and engage your quads. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your fingertips up and out. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back or jump back, plank pose, flowing through your chaturanga, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend of choice, baby cobra, cobra, or up dog. And exhale, hips up and away, downward facing dog. Take the time to find the foundation, to find the position of this pose, making sure length is the most important part that you're focusing on. Length in the back in your spine is the most important part that you're focusing on. And a slight bend in your knees may be most appropriate. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step, hop, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold in. Root down into your feet, dig into your heels, rise up to standing. Reaching your fingertips as high as you can, and then exhale, fold forward all the way over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your version of Vinyasa, stepping back or jumping back, lowering down halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on to anything that you'd like to in your Vinyasa or taking away. Always able to modify at any time. Notice your breath. Take a deep breath in when you're ready. Slow, controlled breath out when you're ready. Then on your inhale, look forward where you want your feet to go. Exhale, bend your knees, step, hop, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, engage through your core so you feel length in your lower back. Exhale, fold in. Root down, rise up, arms sweep wide and high. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samastiti. Last round here. Inhale, fingertips lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your Vinyasa. Flowing with your breath as you go through these movements. Making up whichever part you need to for today. Just listening to what's best for your body. Such a powerful part of the practice, just tuning in to what is most appropriate for you today, and just being okay with whatever that is. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Sit back like you're sitting into a chair, arms up, chair pose. So we're going to do some movement from chair to standing. We're going to add some variations to it. Inhale here. Exhale, sit a little deeper. And inhale, we rise to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. As we flow through this portion, you're either going to keep your hands on your hips, hands at your heart, or arms overhead. So just listening to what would be better for you. I'll probably demonstrate with arms overhead and may show other variations as we go. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we sit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit. I'm going to add on this round here. Inhale, rise. Maybe lift heels off the mat, coming onto your toes. Exhale, sit, chair. Inhale, rise. Maybe lift heels. Exhale, chair. Adding on to this next round. Inhale, rise, maybe lift heels. Remember, it's optional. Keeping heels lifted, chair pose, or heels come down to the mat, if that's what you're going with today. Inhale, keep heels lifted, come to standing, find your center, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Exhale, sit, chair. Oh my goodness, last round. Inhale, rise. Keep heels lifted if you can. Exhale, chair. What? Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your heels down to the mat. Shake it out. Woo! Bring your feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Grab opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Notice your breath. Notice your heart rate. It may be just normal and natural right now, or maybe it's a little increased and elevated. And then bring your hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Make your way to downward facing dog. Flowing through Vinyasa is an option. Maybe cat-cows sound better than a Vinyasa. You're welcome to do that as well. Or any other variation that would help you to reset for this next round. So we're going to get into our glutes this next little series here. Inhale, right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Extend through your heels, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. And exhale, bring your right knee to your chest as you hinge forward into plank. Step your foot between your hands, maybe grab your foot and place it there if that's appropriate today. Feet are like they're on train tracks, so they're about hip distance apart. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Anchor into your feet and rise up, crescent lunge. Breathing here. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to start to hinge forward, and we're going to come to a warrior three position. So exhale, hinge forward, lift left leg up behind you. Exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, tap back knee down to the mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale, step back, crescent. Inhale, hold. Exhale, tap back knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. We have one more round after this. Keep with it. Next, inhale, step back, crescent. Exhale, lower knee. Inhale, rise. Last warrior three. Exhale, warrior three. Woo! Inhale here. Exhale, step back, crescent. Reach arms overhead. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Straighten your front leg, fold over your right leg here. So if you need to, you can always step your back foot forward if that would better support you. You can have your back heel lifted. You can also have blocks underneath your hands here. Wherever you are, bring your right hip back, left hip forward, and then squeeze your hips towards one another. That should help you find the stretch in your hamstrings. One more breath. Inhale. Fold in a little deeper. Exhale. And then inhale, plant your hands, bend your knee, and step back. Downward dog, vinyasa, if you choose to do so. If you've been doing a vinyasa, it may be a good idea if you want to try keeping right leg lifted as you lower for your chaturanga. That's an option. And next round, you would do left leg lifted. Second side, inhale, left leg up and back. Extend through your heel. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward. Place your foot between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Bring your feet so they're hip distance apart. Slight bend into your back knee. Squeeze hips towards one another. Rise up, crescent lunge. You know where we're headed. Just keep yourself focused on your breath. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hold, inhale. And then exhale, warrior three for the first movement here. Inhale. And exhale, step it back. Inhale. And exhale, tap down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lower. Squeeze hips in towards one another. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lift. Inhale, step back. Two more rounds. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. Find a spot in front of you that's not moving. Focus on that. Inhale, step back. Last round. Exhale, tap knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior three. And then inhale, step back, crescent, arms reach up. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Make your way to downward dog. So either just step back, flow through vinyasa, maybe lifting left leg for your chaturanga this time. Maybe not. And just settling into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in when you're ready. Open your mouth, breath out, release some heat. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward, and then step it through. We're gonna rotate our right heel down to the left. We're gonna come up to standing, and then we're gonna parallel our feet here and rotate right toes to the back of the mat. Bend into right knee. Left foot is going to be parallel to the front of the mat, arms out to a T, bend into right knee, warrior two, back of the mat here. So just check in, make sure you can see your right big toe from the inside of your right leg. If not, open your right knee to the right. Push into the pinky toe edge of your left foot. And then from here, inhale, reverse. So you can stay in warrior two legs or straighten your front leg for a reverse triangle. Totally your option. Figure out what you want to do, and we'll flow through it. Next, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Either reverse warrior or reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Two more. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Hands to your hips. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Rotate feet so they're parallel, and then rotate left toes to the front of the mat. Bend into left knee. Right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Arms out to a T. Broaden across your chest. Squeeze shoulder blades towards one another. Find the positioning in your warrior two before we move. And remember, when we move, you can either straighten your leg or keep it bent. Next, inhale, reverse your warrior or triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Two more. Exhale, arms to a T. Inhale, reverse. Last one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten front leg, hands to a T. Bring your feet so they're parallel. And then toes out, heels in. You're going to take your shoulders over your hips, so you're going to really tuck your tailbone under. And we're going to lower down to a goddess squat. So make sure you're not sticking your butt back and bringing your chest forward, but keeping your chest up and sitting down. So may feel like a big tuck of your tailbone. Hands can stay at your hips, hands can be at your heart, or traditional arms out like you're holding platters. Sit a little deeper. And follow me if you'd like, lifting left heel off the mat. Holding, maybe sitting a little deeper. Woo! Left heel comes down, right heel lifts. Broaden across your chest. Sit a little deeper. Then bring heel down. Now if you like, both heels lift. We're looking for that shake. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another even though we're moving apart. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower heels, hands to your hips, straighten your legs. Feet are parallel. And then you're going to kind of open your heels away from one another a little bit. So your heels are slightly further away than your big toes are. I hope that makes sense. All right, hands behind your back, clasp your hands. Inhale, broaden across your chest, maybe look up. And then exhale, forward fold. You can keep your hands clasped behind you, open your chest, or you can bring your hands to your lower back, hands down to the mat, and just relax here. You can also bend into one knee and then the other, finding movement, which may feel really good, especially after the crescent warrior three stuff. You can also come to Skandasana, get a really deep inner thigh stretch. So when you do Skandasana, your straight leg foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. Your other foot is either, I have to lift my back heel or this bottom heel. A lot of people can actually bring it down to the mat. I can't. And you can just move side to side, keeping hands down, or if you'd like, hands are lifted at heart for a little bit of a strength and balance challenge. It's not necessary. You can also stay up in Prasarita. We have about 4 more breaths. Finding stillness is also an option. This is a really good time just to tap in to see what's best for you. Two more deep breaths. And if you're moving, start to make your way to stillness in a wide-legged forward fold. Hands to your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Engage your core. Inhale, rise to standing. Rotate your left toes to the front of the mat. Windmill your hands down and make your way to downward facing dog. So you can go straight back or flow through Vinyasa. Whatever you decide to do, connecting with your breath. connecting with your body. Notice the parts of your body touching your mat in this moment, and what does that feel like? Let's get into our hips a little bit more. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to your chest, hinge forward, and then you're gonna step your right hand to the outside, right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then bring your left knee down to the mat. So we're coming into lizard's pose. Your right foot's gonna be at the edge. Both hands are gonna be to the inside, to the left of your right foot. So you can hang out here. You can bring your elbows down to the mat. You can also tuck your back toes under and lift your back leg. And that'll be more of a active stretch rather than passive with the knee down. Although passive is really good because you can get really deep into the joint. So just listening to what would be better for you. And then if you would like, you can also take your foot, flex your foot, keep your ankle as it is and let your right knee go out to the right, opening your hip just in a different way here. If you want a deeper quad stretch on the left leg, this isn't going to be for everybody. You may need a strap. Left hand stays on the mat. You bend left knee, and then you can grab back with right hand and grab left knee here. Pulling in any amount. Or just finding the original position is great too. Connecting to your breath. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. If you have an arm balance, if you have Ekapada Kundanyasana 2, I'll get it one of these times. If you have that arm balance in your practice, you can do that now. So you're going to take your right shoulder underneath your right thigh, hand plants down, and then you're going to bring your left hand so it's plank distance apart, so shoulder distance apart. And then from there, you're going to start to walk your right leg forward, bring your left elbow underneath you, and then extend right leg as you lift left leg behind you. This is an option. Don't have to take it. Something to play with. If you do have that option, if you're not doing the arm balance, just stay and hold in the stretch. If you're doing the arm balance, you're welcome to jump back to chaturanga, work on that, and flow through vinyasa, and then make your way back to lizard's pose. About 2 more breaths here. And then if you made your way through vinyasa, just make your way back to lizard's pose. And from here, we're going to take our right leg and bring it back. So we're in tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, come to plank. From here, we're going to hinge forward and then lower all the way down to the mat. Let's get into our quads. So you're going to bend your right knee, grab your right ankle or foot. And then from here, you can just rest your forehead on your left arm and pull in and just do the passive quad stretch. This is great. If you want a more active version, you're going to kick into your hand. So your foot is going to lift your upper body up. You're kicking so much into your hand. You lift your upper body, and then if you'd like, you can lift left side of your body up for more of a working pose, an active pose. And remember, you can just be in the passive position here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. If you're kicking into your hand, really kick into your hand. Feel the burn in the quad. Last breath. And gently release. Without slingshotting, release your foot, hands underneath your shoulders. Make your way to downward facing dog. So you can push up through tabletop, plank, or any other variation that works for you. Inhale, left leg up and back. Extend through your heel, flex your foot. Exhale, left foot comes to the outside of left hand, stand up for lizard. Second side, right knee comes down to the mat. So remember your options, hands can stay on the mat, elbows come down, back knee lifts, back knee stays down. Left knee opens to the left, foot stays flexed, or grab right knee. Any other variation also would be excellent. I suggest holding lizard's pose for a little bit before trying the arm balance if you did that on the other side. Notice if you can relax your shoulders just a little bit. Sometimes we don't realize where we're tense until we actually try to relax that area. We just checking in with our jaw, checking in to that space between our eyebrows, all those points that tense up for no reason. If you took the arm balance on the other side, take that one here, left shoulder goes under left thigh, hands plant down in shoulder distance position, and then maybe hinge forward, straightening legs. And you're welcome to try that, jump back to chaturanga if you'd like to do so. Otherwise, holding lizard is a great option. So the longer you hold a pose, the deeper you get into the stretch, or the stretch goes into the joint a little bit more. So just checking in with where you're feeling the stretch in this moment, connecting to your breath. Let's just do one more breath here. And then if you're not on your hands, make your way onto your hands. Taking your left foot, bringing it back so you're in a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, plank pose. Hinge forward, exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Now either taking the passive stretch or the active stretch, doesn't matter what you do on the other side, just listen to what this side needs. Bend left leg, grab left foot or ankle, and then either rest your head on your right arm and pull in your leg and get the stretch here. Or if you like the more active version, I suggest grabbing to the inside of your foot, kicking into your hands so your chest lift, keeping right side body on the mat or lifting up. Just feeling into what would be better for you and noticing how one side compares to the other. Not judging it, just noticing. If you have the right side lifted, really reach in opposite directions. 2 more breaths, kick into your hand. And gently release. Let's take Shalabhasana with our hands clasped behind our back. So hands will reach back by your sides. You can do this variation when your hands just stay here. Totally a great option. Or if you like to follow me, clasp your hands. Untuck your toes, push the tops of your feet into the mat. And then notice if your pinkies are lifted, push your pinky toes into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Reach your arms back. Slight tuck of your chin, keeping space in the back of your neck. If you'd like, maybe you lift your legs up. Reaching your hands towards your heels, your toes towards the wall behind you, and the crown of your head towards the top corner of the room in front of you. 2 more breaths. And gently release. Stack your palms here. Bring your forehead to the back of your palms. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your legs. Release any tension in your lower back. You're welcome to stay here and windshield wiper your legs as long as you'd like. If you're ready to join me, go ahead and release your legs down and just roll over onto your back. And then once onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side, massage your lower back. Making any movements that feel great. Maybe even want to stretch one leg or maybe the other. And we're going to come into a twist. I'm going to guide us through a very basic twist. If there's a twist you prefer, please do that. Otherwise, if you want to follow me, left leg lays on the mat, bend right knee, pull it into your chest. Extend the right arm out to the right, so it's sticking straight out from your shoulder. Next, exhale, take your right knee over to the left for a twist. This is a great stretch to get into your right hip. So you may feel the stretch on the outer hip here, maybe into your glutes a little bit. If you want to get deeper into the hip, you could do an eagle leg twist too, where you cross your legs and then let them drop over to the left. And then you may feel the stretch a little bit deeper, and you may not. So you may want to come back to the original position. Notice that the work portion of your practice is over, and how good it feels to have come to your mat today. Or maybe it doesn't feel good, and that's fine too, just noticing. Engage core, bring your right knee back into your chest. Left knee comes into your chest as you extend right leg long. Extend left arm out to the left. Next exhale, left knee over to the right. Twisting it out here, finding the variation that would better suit you if this is not feeling good. And we did do some glute work today, so maybe it feels good to do that eagle leg twist or keeping this one-legged cross-body twist. Check in with your exhales and notice if you feel a sense of relief, a surrender as you're exhaling here. Maybe you feel your chest melting into the mat. Your body feels a little bit heavier. We're going to bring left knee into our chest. Right knee comes into our chest. Happy baby. Feet towards the ceiling, knees towards the armpits. Rock side to side. Maybe extending one leg if that feels okay. Sometimes that doesn't feel okay to me, so check in with yourself and see what it feels like for you. If there's a pose your body needs to relax in Shavasana, please take that now. And as we're preparing for Shavasana, I'll guide you as to what to expect. So I'm going to turn off my mic. Shavasana will be about 5 minutes, so my mic will be off, there'll be no sound, but the video will continue to roll, and then I'll guide you out of Shavasana once it's done. So go ahead and relax. If you haven't already, start to find your way to Shavasana, allowing your legs to lay long, arms long by your sides, or finding that position that is better suited in this moment. Once settled, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Noticing those points of contact you have with the mat. Inhale. Exhale, feel those contact points melt and release. Last breath here, inhale. And open mouth, exhale. Relaxing, surrendering into your Shavasana. Make your next breath a little deeper. Bringing awareness back to your body if you've drifted off. Making small movements in through your fingers and toes, maybe rocking head side to side. Initiating larger movements when you're ready and through wrists and ankles, maybe knees and elbows. And then when you're ready, reaching arms overhead, legs long below you, stretching your body in opposite directions, trying to touch the back wall and the front wall at the same time. Holding the stretch as long as you'd like and making your way to the fetal position when you're ready. Just rolling to either side, left or right, without thinking too much about it. Just go with the side that feels most natural. Take a moment on your side, just notice how you feel now compared to the beginning of class. Just recognizing the sensations rather than putting labels of good or bad on it. Take a moment, acknowledge yourself for making it to your mat, loving yourself, giving back to your body, your mind, your whole being. When you're ready, making your way to a seated position on your mat. Once seated, feel your sit bones on the ground. Bring your hands to your heart, gently pressing each hand into one another, creating balance throughout your whole body. Deep breath in. Open your mouth, breath out. Let's do one awakening breath together. Inhale. Pause, take in more air. Pause, pierce your lips, sip in air through your mouth. Pause, bring your shoulder blades down your back. Open your mouth, exhale, release. It is such an honor to guide you through your practice. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you next class. Bye.